Monkyvers. So today I will talk about how I've been healing my wounds on father wounds and a little bit. Well, I really don't have struggle with like mommy issues, but I kind of been struggling with daddy issues, and I think that the most important thing that you need to know is that when you have mommy issues, you are more likable to don't be emotionally available in relationships, friendships, call it whatever you want. But when you are struggling with daddy issues, you have as likely certain like to be more unsure of what you want on life. So I decided to come here, tell about my experience, and also I will add some stories that I had working with kids. Okay? So I hope you will take a seat, relax, and will be open, ears open to listen this topic. Okay? Let me take a sip from this chocolate. I can drink chocolate a lot, so this is a special day. Anyway, so first understand that dating having a parent that was present, that treats you wrong, because everyone is like, what is having mommy issues and dad issues? It's just a bond that you have that is not healthy to you, so you always are like repeating that. Either you could have a father or mother that will not be present, that were overprotective or were narcissistic, that were like always pleasing, but in a sense that wasn't healthy, or they were too cold to express their emotions. And either you could have from that background, like you could start to think about like why and what is the type that you have. So understand that just because you come from a tree that were like dry doesn't mean that you will be dry as well, depending how much water in the place that you were to grow and be a growing beautiful tree. You know what I mean? So from that, like, we're gonna start this topic. Okay, so how I knew I've been having daddy issues by the moment, and also liking girls, was a step that take me to understand better the perspective that I was looking for, and understanding the patterns that they use to like get things of me, and all of that we'll talk about. So first, how I know, well, actually I didn't know until I have a class and my teacher was talking about like, please make sure that you will not date your dad because it's not what we want here in this class. I'm like, date my dad? Like, yeah. I was like, no. By the moment I was talking with my dad, um, but I didn't know that until like, this is so silly to say. But I really didn't know until I take therapy after a boy broke me in a sense sentimental, because he was the same way and the same behaviors that I had with my dad that were not healthy at all. I repeat with him. So until I noticed and I take therapy, my therapist, I remember taking the paper and were like, so how's the relationship with your dad? And I was like, well, it's not that bad, like I tell, but it's like a little bit difficult quite time to time. And my therapist was like, tell me the behaviors of this. Tell me the behaviors of the boy that you date. Is this. I remember I don't know if she hold my hand, my therapist hold my hand, but like, we're gonna fix this. So first, go to therapy, and if you can afford therapy, just picture this. It will be like a type of movie, and if you have ChatGPT to your hand, like make a story, but with the same behaviors. Don't change the behaviors and tell ChatGPT. From my psychologist perspective, what will be the behaviors that I'm repeating, and you will tell about like giving like fake names and all that. And I promise ChatGPT will give you. So this is like patterns that I'm giving you, and I'm learning because I'm like looking back is like, oh, can I keep anyway. But yeah, after all of that, I've been like, yeah, let's start with this. So understanding from that, we can go step by step of like, first is detaching and breaking the wounds. But how you gonna do that is basically just don't act like your parents. The bad behaviors that you had, once you identify which one are the behaviors, you will not repeat the same pattern with your dogs, with your kids, because I see that so many times, even with dogs. The people who were raised in that sense of like didn't have that, they often have dogs or like certain things of care because they always miss that, but they will always treat the same way that they were treating, it could be plants or puppies, but you need to always look for the patterns that were bad back then, which you once you identify, and then you will slowly work on that. But how I can give an example, for example, to me, my some of my parents, I will not say who specifically, some of my parents are very dry as like a lizard. Even a lizard is more welcoming than some of my parents when it comes to puppies, cats, and all of that. So me personally, when I identify that behaviors, I'm like, I need to break this pattern. So what I do is don't act like my parents that were dry, so slowly change that, and you will eventually become that behavior that you will have. Once you identify, you will go slowly. Don't be hard on yourself. Just you will go slowly. And remember, partnership and friends are the only family we can only choose. So once you get from that, and the touch is, don't get too like, why my parents didn't love me, why my parents didn't care about me, like, and instead of like thinking how that affect you first, so you can understand better why this didn't happen, ask yourself, what was the education that my parents have so they could act in that way to me. So once you analyze from that background, you will have more compassion for your parents that treat you this way, and instead of like having a battle with yourself of like, why they don't, how, and instead like be worried for how it affect you. And I know it's hard to me, but it was hard, but just asking and searching all the why, how they were raised, in what type of environment, you will know. So then, after all of that, I know there are certain circumstances that you should not be, because you might be in an environment that will not be healthy for you, but just set boundaries. How to set boundaries? If, for example, if you have a toxic environment that they were like avoiding your accomplishments, your things, don't put like hard on themselves, but just talk in a calm way with your parents. If you are in a toxic environment with like abuse or something, things like that, search for help and reach for help that will be helpful to you. I promise I've been there as well. So search for that, and Once you get out of that, you will start to also, and always reach out for some psychologist, because a lot of people here will tell you do this, do that, but a psychologist is much personalized experience to you, so you can heal through that. So from that, you are slowly changing the environment that you are in, and you are slowly to growing, growing and growing and growing. Because I know some parents that you will be still talking with will be for the money or for things, but try to save money also for you, so you will have enough and be enough money so you can move out. And if they're, just do the best so your environment will be better, and you had a chance to reach for some help, professional help that will help you, try. At least try. And you don't try, just it's up to you to change your mind. So after that, this comes the juicy part, that it's changing the behavior. Be more loving if they were dry, be more less avoidant if you have avoidant parents, be less anxious if you were having that. And how you can do that is, for the avoidant, is more about not opening up one day to another now. It's just understanding that it's not overwhelming. For some people feel the way that you feel, and some people will not love it how you feel, will appreciate it. For the anxious, that was my case, because I switched it up really fast from being avoidant, then to anxious, then avoidant, then anxious. Then I'm working to have safe attachment. I need to understand first, when I was avoidant, that I don't need to be putting excuses or doing things on purpose, so I will avoid having a relationship. But once I lose that relationship, or that wound that I will want, will not be there for me. Just understand that some people, just enough freedom that I will have, and enough balance and enough care, and it's not good to be over keeping to yourself, because they could later interpret it as if you will be not interested at all. So when you have anxious attachment, it's you are over worried for them, you're over worried they will think about you, and you seem some detail that they will not interested in you. You will feel oh my gosh, they don't love me. So once you get on that two phases, because I've been on there as well, you understand better. And talking about how I understand better this as well, is that I work with kids, so they're the pure essence of becoming a teenager, then becoming an adult. And some adults I've been seeing, they're little kids, little girls, but not in the sense of they didn't having money, didn't having in the behaviors that they will have. And it's okay. And I think that it's over romanticized around the world. It's that when you have a stable partnership, you will for girls, it's you will act like a little girl. And when you have a stable relationship, the boy act like a little boy. And in the sense of the excitement, is that what they mean to. I hope they will be misunderstood, because some people understand, okay, once they need to be one more mature than another, it needs to be equal. They can always work on that. But once you work with kids, from my experience, I would say that some of them are hard on themselves, some of them are perfectionists, some of them are over emotional, and some of them needs a little bit patience, some of them needs a little bit of boundaries. But it always become with patience and compassion, and don't scream when you want to reach out to a kid. Is the worst thing that you can do. Even if they even if they punch something, calm down, breathe it in, because the only way that you can understand is by looking in their eyes, saying, I'm saying this to you with calmness. We are not the 19s, So I'm telling you this in a calm way. And if they're like crying, tell them it's okay to cry, but I also need to tell you something, and after once they cry, you can hug them. So that was like kind of the dynamic, because I have some kids that were very sensitive. I have some kids that were like bold and like the terms of like knowing, because they were always, I don't know, and I will always don't know, and I'm like, at least try, relax, try, and always make fun the learning. But that's for another episode. So yeah, and yeah, once you identify those behaviors, you will look for partnerships that were better, healthy, and even if they look kind of physical, just look the behavior. The behavior is the key, not how they look physically. Because sometimes I'm like, Mom, I think so always keep in mind that, because sometimes it's like, could be like, oh my gosh, my mom is similar to my girlfriend, or oh my gosh, my boyfriend is so similar to my dad. And I don't know, just the behavior is the key, not just physical. Everyone could be black and white sometimes, but the behavior is key. If you are once you identify the behavior, you will look for. But always, if you have the chance to do this alone by yourself, do that. If you have a partner, communicate what you have, and also make them understand what is the behavior that you had before, what it make you you, and all of that. So yeah, just because you were not loved doesn't mean that someone will not love you. And just because you were this type of environment, you grow like a cactus, dry, doesn't mean that you will not then pop a flower, because cactus also have flowers. So flowers are the good emotions that you need to put to work so you can make them grow. So I hope this video will help you and will make you understand better with more compassion, with more understanding. It's not about just, oh my gosh, I have that, and oh my gosh, what I can do that. And also pay more attention to all the songs that you're listening to. And if you want to have a good advice or good representation, what type of environment could that lead you, from my experience, I will suggest you listen to the song Daddy Issues by The Neighborhood. And in that song represents a boy that have that issues, a girl that have that issues, and they were like kind of having this type of dynamic where ones have the power over the girl that have that issues, and also the boy have that issues that were like raw and raised in a environment that was not healthy. So it was like the not good and not healthy scenario. So you want to look for what gonna happen if I don't work on this. Search that song, have a better perspective, and also understand that some people come into your life to remind you what you don't have, what you have, what you can work on. And if you're looking for a partner who can heal all of that, make sure first that you at least do like the 60% of the work, so you will not put a lot of effort on them, because some of them could get too attached or too anxious over another person, so will not be really really healthy. So our mission is just be in having a safe attachment, that it's basically just know that they love you no matter what. There's any need to run for the anxious and to overdo. I want also to add that with my experience that I've been working with kids, sometimes words could be more harmful than beat them, and that is unequal to be always battling them, just telling them bad words like you're dumb, you can't do this, like all of that. Like you need to cheer them like a real coach, you know. You need to be always positive, and once they get low and they say I can, you know, you need to cheer them. You need to be always putting a smile and always being calm, and try as much as you can scream, just whisper, and as much as you want to like beat or something like that. If you have these type of behaviors, remember that beating or saying harmful things to the kid that you will have, or the kid that you were working, or just a kid, is very harmful, and we are here to improve this earth, not to make this earth worse, you know. So yeah, kids are the future. Always keep in mind that. So for the avoidant, there is any need to run, and for the anxious, there is no need to overdo. You need to be balanced. Okay? So I hope you could understand better. I wanna know what you think also, because even in my society, it's like normalized to beat your students or people, and to me that is why I want to be a teacher so badly right now, because I don't want to beat my students. I don't want to be hard. I want to they will feel and understand better. That is why until the month 3 they understand quickly. And I have a good experience with one of my students. Like until the month 3 they learn quickly, because they don't have any pressure or anything else. So just making the learning more accessible and more, you know, dynamic, because I love to work with dynamics, like move myself and all of that, and understand that even grown adults could be little kids in terms of behaviors, because some of them could be like, no, I will not share, for example, no, I will not share you a person, that partner, but making that familiar with the kid perspective will be, no, I don't want to share my lollipop. See, like, we need to do that from now. Like, it's kind of the same, but instead of a lollipop, it could be, or it could be partnership, that they want to share their partner, in the sense of like, I don't want you to go this place, blah blah blah, in the sense of like over controlling, you know. So I hope you can understand better this way. I hope you can have a better perspective. I hope it will be clear. And remember, always stay on mind, balance, and meditate as well. And journal if you can. And you don't need to just be meditating like crossing your legs and just you know. You can also do this by practicing presence, which is living in the moment, where you do simple things that will be cleaning, all of that. So yeah, thanks Monkyvers for watch, and take care. Bye, have a good day. Bye. Hi, it's me, Saori. I just want to tell you that I highly suggest you and highly recommend you to check the link down below of the link that you have there, because there are so many cute things for you. First of all, we have all my social medias, and we have all my links, my website, my new song that I recently upload. Well, one of my covers, but anyway, I uploaded. And also I have my manga in other button that you can use to support me. And most importantly, I want to talk about my brand that is called Monkyvers. I highly recommend you buy it, and you can do that by going by the link down below. If you're watching from your TV, scan this code that you have right here. Anyway, Monkyvers, thanks for watching. Love ya.